Hi everyone, this is Pastor Josh here for your midweek message, and on Sunday we're going to talk about Nicodemus, coming from John chapter 3, 1 through 17. And it's an interesting story. It is the story of a man who is he's a Pharisee. He's part of the religious elite. He's a minister, deacon, or what do you want to call him? And he can't figure out what Jesus is saying. He's fascinated by what Jesus is saying, but he's trying to get it. He's trying to understand. He's trying to rationalize and gain the knowledge, the religious education of what Jesus is trying to say. And he's struggling with it. How can I be born again? How can I live once more? I'm already alive. How am I born again? And Nicodemus' question is, how do I crawl? Do I crawl back into my mother's womb? How does that work? How am I born again? And he's really struggling with this question. And it relates to last week's question of Adam and Eve and how we as people are, we have two natures. We have this nature of selfishness and of self-absorption, where we choose something other than God, and then we have this divine nature within us, this image of God that we were created in. And what Jesus, there's those two forces have warred against each other for thousands of years, as the Bible has been written. And Nicodemus is hearing what Jesus is saying, and he's struggling with it, because if I'm born again, it means I have to die. And nobody wants to die. And so how do I do that? Do I have to kill myself and be reborn in Christ? Like, how does that work? And Nicodemus has got a real problem. And it's the same problem that we have. That being a follower of Christ is difficult. And what Jesus asked of us on the surface seems really simple. Follow me. Keep my commandments. Little simple stuff. But the practical application of that life is extremely difficult. They didn't kill Jesus because what he said was easy. He killed him because what he said was controversial. That we as people have to die and be reborn. That's the words that we say whenever we're baptized as Christian. We are buried with him in baptism and raised to new life. And so it's an important understanding of what does it mean for us as people to be born again? What is that new life we are trying to achieve? How does that work? I don't have any answers for you this week, but I got a whole lot of questions. And so I hope that helps. I hope it gets you thinking. And I hope to see you on Sunday. God bless.